we function in that one and wasting time?
And you're making reference to the petition at the.
And that a petition, nothing else.
Okay.
Any questions?
So I think your motion would be that you have no further comment and let the Board of Supervisors know that.
Exactly. I wanted in the minutes that
Yep.
we all, no comment from anybody?
Okay, so we want to, it's a petition that we put out.
No, we didn't put it out.
It was
We
given to
re-
you at the last meeting.
We received it, we tabled it last time because it was not very decisive,
Okay.
whatever. We tabled it because I knew we were working on an ordinance. This was not an ordinance, this was the start of something. But we spent a lot of time on an ordinance. And I just wanted to know that we acknowledge that. I mean, anything anybody brings in here, we acknowledge. But some people don't realize we've been working on an ordinance for a while,
Right.
way before we even got prints for a data center. Any other questions?
And what are we not going forward with?
We ain't gonna pursue anything on that
The
petition.
petition that we got that was given to us to review or look at.
So you're not recommending moving it to the board, you're just gonna let
I'm not moving it to the supervisors, I think we got an ordinance already going, no. Anybody okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Joy?
Yes, I'm fine.
those are an official motion and a second.
I don't know if you need a motion for that.
No, I think I did a motion.
Yeah.
Get a motion? Okay, do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Alright.
What was that?
I'll make a
Roger
motion.
made a
Right.
motion.
Do I have a second? I'll second it. All in favor?
I see,
Aye.
Alright.
Ready?
Now we're going to the ordinance at hand.
The township data center, did you wanna go through the list? I
Yeah.
didn't know if you wanted to address that one. That is your copy right there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, you took mine earlier. We tabled one. We just tabled one.
Well, I didn't, this is, you know, so you're saying you wanna, now we can, he was addressing that and then we went back and addressed the petition.
I thought we already tabled the plans for the warehouse.
Well, this is the HRG review came back, we
Okay,
paid them to review it.
yes, okay, oh, I'm misunderstanding.
Yeah. Yep. And so you can just wait on that as well,
Well, because we tabled the French, I'm not gonna address that.
okay?
There's no scene, okay, and same way with Perry County, we're not addressing that at this moment in time.
Okay, my only thing then, for official reasons, that if we verify that everyone got their copy by email and that you're gonna wait to review that until after the zoning
That's a
hearing.
very good idea,
Yep.
Carol. Did everybody get everybody has their minutes?
The HRG review that was emailed to them
Yes.
from the data center plans,
Okay.
okay?
We're not gonna review that because we tabled the prints. Same way with Perry County. We're not gonna review any of that because we're not reviewing the prints.
We just need a motion to wait on that until after the zoning hearing board meeting,
Well, until we meet again,
that would be,
okay. Do I have a motion? I didn't think we had to table that. Okay, I mean, do I have a motion to table them until the next meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ain't that the same thing?
so Susquehanna Crossings is the name for both the data
I
center and the
understand
warehouse,
that.
yeah. So they have two separate things, there was a lot consolidation plan as well as the warehouse.
I'm not, they're not here, are they?
You're just tabling all the plans tonight.
Yes. everything on this, we tabled.
Did you have a question?
Well, I did there for a second, we tabled pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing we didn't do is the ordinance itself, did we? We did,
Right, he started talking about that, and then we reverted back, so.
yeah, because the ordinance we left open, because Ryan was thinking we were on that. Okay, the township data center ordinance review, like I was saying, we reviewed that for months. We sent it to the county and the supervisor. Supervisor's been working on it months. Everybody have a plan of that, a print of that? And if you have any questions, bring them to, when is that, the 30th?
Well, the 25th, there is a public hearing on this draft data center amendment, the ordinance to the zoning ordinance. And there is also a special meeting that same night for consideration of enacting that ordinance. But like I said, under the law of the MPC, it had to be referred to the planning commission, both yours and the county. If you have any comments, you certainly have the right to offer them. Like I said, it's been through a couple public meetings, it's been on the website. It's certainly up to this board what they want to do with that. You need to acknowledge that the Board of Supervisors did refer it here, and what you want to do, whether you want to indicate you have no further comments on this draft
I have no
ordinance.
further comments, and I'm gonna resend it back to the supervisors, because we beat this to death.
Yeah, we came up with an ordinance.
We already came up with an ordinance, and then the supervisor made it even better, so. Do I need a motion for that?
I think you need a motion that you've received it, you offer no further comment, and you're directing that to the Board of Supervisors.
Okay, do I have a motion to send this to the supervisors? No one has comment on the ordinance, do they?
Thought we did a good job on the first one.
Yeah. We just didn't talk like a lawyer. So, do I have a motion
To send it back to supervisors.
to send it back to the
As it is.
As it is.
As it is.
We're not changing.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Pat?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Public comment.
Yeah, well, I'm just making sure I asked Carol, is that it on there?
I believe, did we? So when you made the motion to table the warehouse plan, the lot consolidation, all of that, did that include also just waiting on that Perry County Planning Commission review of the data center plans?
Yes,
And just
we're gonna do,
everything
because that's
until-
how we
yep.
end up taking care of all of
Yep,
that. When we
okay,
review
so
the
all that
prints,
till after
then
the,
MRPI will
Yep.
be here, yeah.
okay,
So then our engineers can
Yep.
actually take,
alright, so
Yeah.
just open to public comment then.
okay, we're gonna start in the front, and we're going that way, second row, and back. Any public comment?
What, was that on the lot consolidation plan? What was the?
Yeah, so the lot consolidation came in with the warehouse plans. It was two separate things, but they all came in together. They wanna consolidate the lots and then also submitted the plans at the same time.
When you say they came in together, you're saying the warehouse plan came in
The
with the
final
data
plans,
center?
No.
the final plans for the warehouse came
Okay.
in last week, along with a lot consolidation as part of that, but they're two separate things.
And
So
of
that's
course,
why they're listed here separately.
what I don't understand is Perry County Planning in 2024 they had put out a final, so I don't quite understand how there can be another final. I mean, how many finals
Let
can
me
they have?
explain that. They had a preliminary plan.
Yep,
And, then they came in with a final plan with conditions.
right,
And they asked for some extensions. The Board of Supervisors finally denied the extension, which resulted in a denial of the final plan.
okay.
Their preliminary plan was still approved. They can come back with a final plan again. There's no, they have a right to come back with another final plan.
For 5 years from
Yes,
the date?
yes,
From the first date they
Yes.
submitted, the preliminary.
Well, approval of the preliminary.
Cause the first date they put a preliminary was 2/21.
No, approval of the preliminary.
Approval of preliminary.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Are they trying to do two things now, a data center and a warehouse? Is that why they're?
What they're trying to do, remember, we have a zoning hearing. They're saying that a data center is the same thing as a warehouse. That's what they're saying, that's what's being contested by the township at the zoning hearing board. And that hearing takes place here, 6 p.m., June 30th. And so,
That's why it's been tabled.
that will have some bearing on this whole thing.
Okay.
Any other questions for the front row? Yeah.
Eileen Rhodes, so when they are saying they want them to be the same thing, a warehouse and a data center, is that talk about the height and all kinds of things, or is it not that specific?
No, what they're saying is a data center is the same as a warehouse. In the industrial district, whatever the rules are for a warehouse would be the rules for the data center. There's no submitting of any regulations, they're just basing it on the industrial zoning district, rules and regulations for a warehouse should apply to a data center because they're one and the same thing according to MRP, and that's their contention, as being opposed by the township.
Yeah, that makes me comfortable. My second question is so citizens signed a petition and submitted it, correct?
Yes.
And how many signatures were on the petition? I don't have it here to tell you the full count, I could tell you next Wednesday, but, okay, I'm just curious, because I don't know what the petition said, I didn't.
It was a petition to amend the zoning ordinance, they came up with their own petition. The key part was they wanted to put the data center in a commercial zoning district, as I recollect.
Yeah, right.
And they also wanted to be a special exception at the zoning hearing board level. The new ordinance, the ordinance that's been worked on by the township, board of supervisors, the county, the planning commission, makes it a conditional use in the industrial zoning district with a lot of regulations that have gone through a number of public meetings. But that's
It's not as vague. It would take a while to get that.
I'm sorry?
It's not as vague as what they came to us, and I think the same people that were actually signed that all helped work on the ordinance that was already in play. That's why.
The one that was we just worked on at the church.
Yeah, exactly right now, you understand what
Okay, gotcha, thanks, but I would like to know how many people signed.
Okay.
Yeah, if you put it in a right to know, I'm happy to get your copy back.
I'm just curious.
Just from memory, I think it was about 20.
Was it about 20?
Oh.
What was it?
Around 20 people, 20 residents.
Anybody in the second row? Yeah.
Charlie Young, 43 Amity. This here lot consolidation, does it have anything to do with the zoning? Will it change from what's already there?
It should.
That has not been reviewed at all. It just came in last week, and it's gonna be reviewed by the engineers, HRG, but it hasn't been reviewed. It's available to look in the township offices, but it just came in. And it's just being tabled at this point, along with the final warehouse plan.
Sure.
The final plan should be the same as the one they previously submitted.
I looked at it briefly, we didn't got it though, it's a lot. Anybody else in the second row? Third row? Right over here.
Hi, Sabrina Krebs, 123 Huggins Road. As one of the signers of that petition from January, I just want to let you guys know, we submitted it in January. Things were sort of moving really slowly and not advocating to protect residents. So we as residents, we were raising the red flag and saying, you need to protect us more. This ordinance that we were seeing was developer friendly. And so that was our purpose in saying, hey, we're noticing and you're not doing your job protecting us. Please consider protecting us. That's what we're counting on. So that started back in January. I know you guys didn't get it until April,
Yeah,
but
we
just
worked
know that
on-
that was the
We
point.
worked on the one that everybody worked on with us, and you were there at the church and here, and the one we worked on was months before that. And it was, I'm gonna say, we tried to get something, but we knew something was coming down the pike, and then March came, and then we got prints for a data center.
Mhm.
Not like this board was knowing that there was gonna be a data center, but rumors had it, there was gonna be a data center, and we didn't want it shoved up our, anywhere. So that's the only reason we were pushing for a data center ordinance.
No, and that's great. What I'm saying is that you guys had kind of started the train, yes?
Well, we sent it to the supervisors, and then we
Right.
sent it to the county also, and then the supervisor took our lead. We made it as we
Well, I know-
started it.
Right, I know you, and I had been to those meetings and you said, well, we took the most extreme, we took the most whatever, and we kind of tried to find the
There
thing in
was
the
no
middle.
rule, no one had rules for a data center ordinance.
But that's it, but you, I was at the meeting when you said we tried to pick the middle of the road.
Yeah.
But I'm just wanna go on record and saying, as residents, we exercised the power the only power that we had was to stand up and say, we wanna go on record and say, these things need to protect us a little more. And that was the whole point. We knew it was not comprehensive.
Well, we knew.
But as residents, we needed to just raise our hand with a red flag and say, look, we do not feel protected, could you please consider
I
these
agree
kind
with
of elements?
you,
And we
Matt.
did.
I agree
and
with you, Sabrina.
And we did, and we are happy with things the way progressed and the different meetings that we had, yes, but that was back in January, and I just want that to be known that it was in the beginning process that we filed that. You guys didn't even know what to do with it. It was brought up in April, and we were like, what do we do with this? I don't know, you know what I mean?
Because we worked so hard on the one we have right now in front of us, and I think you were there, we all did good on the one that's in front of us, the ordinance. You don't care for that one?
I do, I'm not saying
We
that,
had to
I'm
start
saying,
it somewhere.
can I just say my sentence without being interrupted?
Yes, ma'am.
Rewind the clock to January. Rewind the clock to January and just know that that's why it came in when it did. Since January, a lot has happened and it's gotten so much better, and we're happy with that. But just know that that came in January when we felt like more needed to be done to protect us. That's all. We weren't saying, you know what I mean? And so to appreciate the timeline that it happened. Yes, we're much further down the road and we have a lot more protections and a lot more specificity in it, which is great. But just to know that we weren't thinking, oh, we're the end all be all. If you want end all be all, we've got that too, but we, now.
All right, thank you.
So I'm just saying, I just wanted that to be known that
Any other
the concept of time.
Any other questions? Yes.
I'm Bill Cluck, C-L-U-C-K, I'm from Harrisburg, and I'm representing some of the citizens. First of all, I think we've got a major Sunshine Act violation tonight. There's no agenda. The agenda was not on the website. The agenda that's on the door says May the 10th. I don't see an agenda for June the 10th, therefore all action that was taken tonight is invalid. More importantly, on May 26th, the supervisors made changes to the proposed zoning ordinance. Under the municipality's planning code, they have now referred it to the planning commission. You have a right, and arguably a duty, to review the May 26th version and determine whether you want to submit additional comments or make a recommendation. I didn't hear any of that tonight. What I heard tonight was, we're really tired, we've been working on this a long time. Well, the residents think you need to pay attention because there were significant changes in the May 26th version that people arguably could say weakens the protections from a prior draft. So the hearing is in June
25th.
June 25th is when the official hearing before the Board of Supervisors occur. And all the citizens should show up and say what you want to say. Unfortunately, they're also claiming they're going to vote that night. They don't have to vote that night. But if nobody shows up and nobody says anything, they're going to vote that night. But if enough people show up and comment on the changes, if they don't like the changes, speak up, show up, and let the board know what you think.
I would just apologize for that date. That was me. That was my mistake, having May 10th instead of June 10th, I apologize. And just so everyone knows, it was on the website. Sometimes it's hard to navigate because you have to go to Planning Commission, and then there's another little thing that says Planning Commission agendas and Planning Commission minutes, and you have to go to those different ones. But it was put up yesterday at the same time that it was posted, I apologize.
It says, it's called 526 on it though.
Yeah, it
It
does,
yeah.
Five-
That's the
510.
name.
even on the website,
5, 10,
yeah.
26.
I didn't know to click on that.
All right, next.
We all approved
So I
it,
have two things, and it could be because I'm coming in the seventh inning. So who owns the property that we're talking about? Is it MRP?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing I just wanted to draw attention to, the definition of a warehouse is a commercial space vital in the supply chain that is used to store finished goods and raw materials. In this case, I don't hear anything about raw materials or finished goods that are being stored in these facilities. I could be wrong, but data centers don't hold raw materials, nor do they hold finished goods. So therefore, I have no idea why they're calling it a warehouse and equating it to a data center. So, just for the record.
Anybody else?
So you guys do know, if you were to go with the citizen petition that we filed, it would limit them to commercial zone. And there's not enough commercial space for them to build that center. So, the easiest way is to,
Okay, if there's prints already, am I wrong line? The prints are in front of us right now for a data center industrial area. So you just enabled them to put more warehouses in because we have to follow, there has to be a place initially in this township, and there's prints already in our hands, and you guys saw a copy of them. We have to do an ordinance. Whether this ordinance goes through and they come back after this, they have to follow the ordinance. You follow what I'm saying? So
yeah,
now, if we go with yours, that means they can build this one, and in commercial, they can ask for more ground behind that because they own 100 acres there, and build more data centers.
they would have to
I
rezone.
don't-
A commercial zone, there's not
Why
much
can't you
left.
rezone anything? Because they have money.
Yeah, but that's up to you guys to decide, and the zoning board,
It's
and the
up to a
supervisor.
hardship, and they have commercial between two areas down there. Anybody else? Because I don't have anything else to say. Anybody else?
Yes, sir, I'm opposed to any lot consolidation. I think it's another scheme to try to somehow say, well, this is now connected to the industrial, the whole thing, so makes it easier for them to argue for the whole lot to be industrial zoned. So I'm opposed to any industrial zoning at all. Furthermore, I think the initial industrial zoning that occurred on that property was a case of illegal spot zoning, and I think it needs addressed. And I do not believe there's a timeline, a statute of limitations on that. Those are my arguments. I think we need to have a lot of this business looked at by extra legal counsel as well, because I feel this township is in over their heads. The developers got multi-millions of dollars thrown at their legal teams, and they're trying to come in here and steamroll all you guys. Nobody's really prepared for this. It's gotten a lot better. I appreciate the work on the ordinance, but there are a lot of serious protections that were left out, and I agree we should not vote on the data center ordinance on June 25th because the residents need more protections added to that yet. I'm not sure what the rush is behind all this. I don't know if there's certain deadlines that need to be in play because there's plans in place and whatnot. So those are some of my immediate concerns. Definitely opposed to any further lot consolidation. I think MRP's been acting in bad faith this whole entire time and prepared to make a case against that as well.
Anybody else?
I have another question on lot consolidation, because they were doing that back in 2023 on their plans, I have them here. Once you start consolidating ag, commercial, industrial, I realize you've got your zones, but can they then push? And you mentioned that they wanted to do a commercial and then they wanted to do data centers or something.
Well, the ordinance that was proposed to us was in commercial area.
Was that in 2023?
No, it was just recent.
The
November.
citizens petition.
Oh, to put it in commercial?
Yes.
That was a citizen's petition.
Oh.
They were suggesting that they put in the commercial zone as a special exception.
And what happens, let's say they build a warehouse on the industrial, then we're left with no area for them to build their data center, so their argument would be to come back and argue that now there's no place to put, because the industrial will be gone. What happens?
I wanna answer that, but if this ordinance goes through, the only industrial we have is where the warehouses will go.
So then we backed ourselves up.
No, they can build an industrial ground. We have industrial ground. They decided to build a warehouse. Am I wrong?
They've got two plans right now. Two plans pending in front of this Board of Supervisors.
Yeah.
One is a final plan on a warehouse, although they're saying a warehouse is a data center. And the second plan is, which was submitted before that, was for a data center. On the same property. They can submit these simultaneously for review by the township. They cannot secure recording and approval of both of them. If they secure approval of one, it will not be recorded until they withdraw the other. But they can submit these for simultaneous review by the Board of Supervisors. There's nothing in the law that prevents that. And so at this point in time, they have that original one that was submitted as a data center, and now they have submitted a final plan that was previously approved as a preliminary plan for a warehouse. But again, they're considering a data center the same as a warehouse. And that's what we're challenging at the zoning hearing board. I don't wanna repeat
But
myself.
once the industrial is built up as a warehouse, which, there's two plans in. So once that is built up, can they come back and say, well, now you don't have an industrial zone to put it in?
We had one. That's all you had.
The warehouses can be data centers.
That's what they're
Yeah, they'll retrofit
interchangeable.
it. They'll retrofit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Any other questions?
I have one more. So the ordinance our new ordinance for the data center that we looked at recently is not passed in effect yet, right?
No.
And they already put a plan in. So does
Yeah.
that mean that because they already put a plan in, they don't have to go with this new ordinance, the rules?
Well, we'll see if what we were just talking about, that's between a data center and a warehouse. That's why that is, right now, we're actually fighting against that to see if they're the same. And we'll know, I guess, the 25th or 30th.
Well, at the zoning hearing board level, we'll know there's appeals, legal appeals, and they can go on. But the first step is at the zoning hearing board. We are challenging that, they're saying it's the same.
Yeah, so this doesn't come into play till after that's decided, we have to get to that first.
Well, the data center regulations, they aren't in effect yet, the ordinance hasn't been approved.
Right.
But if it is approved, then.
But they have a plan in already.
Yes.
So they
Under
did
the
the
old
ordinance.
ordinance saying it's
They
the
did
same
the
thing.
ordinance.
Yeah, they do,
So the old ordinance would take effect.
at this point.
Well, then what's the point in even doing a data center ordinance? It's the
Well,
only bit of
because we're
industrial
saying
we
that
have.
data center's different than a warehouse.
Yes.
Well, it's clearly not, and if that doesn't pass, then what?
Well,
That's gonna go to the old
It's
ordinance.
clearly not, we're saying it clearly is.
Well, we know that, but I'm just saying, they can still put a data center in with the regulations that the warehouse had.
No, they can't, sir, until.
You just said the old ordinance would take
Well,
effect.
until we know what the definition of a warehouse and a data center is, and that's why we gotta go the political route to go down this hallway, and that's why it takes so long. And everybody thinks we're dragging our feet, we're doing it the right way and the legal way. Yes, ma'am.
I just want a clarification, because I've heard 2 dates. The 25th is what? June 25th is exactly what?
The zoning
It's a public hearing on this draft ordinance that has been prepared by the Board of Supervisors.
Okay,
And then there's a special meeting to consider whether that's gonna be enacted?
On the ordinance, then
The
what is
25th.
June 30th?
That's a challenge to a determination by a 2024 zoning officer opinion, determination that was requested by MRP that a warehouse and the data center are the same thing.
Okay.
The township's saying they're not the same.
They're not, just
Are they both here? Both?
Yeah,
25th
they're
and
all
30th?
here. Well, yeah, they're all here.
As far as I know, correct. Right now,
24th.
yep,
Yeah,
both of
I
those
have it.
meetings are both at this location.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're both here.
Any other questions?
Just a moment of silence for the Watts Township resident that was tragically lost yesterday at the ranch house, trying to leave by what I understand was a tractor trailer. And a reminder why we also do not need any more truck traffic here going forward. So I would be opposed to warehouse plans like I always have been, because there was always an issue with the truck traffic. So that's all.
People drive too fast, that's the whole damn reason. Sorry.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to adjourn? I'm asking, you make a motion, do we have a second? Okay, we have a second.
Seconded.
Joy, we're all in favor, say aye. Thanks for everybody coming out.